Hi, my name is Sandy Figueroa, and my topic is over anxiety. As we get older, we take on more and more responsibilities. These responsibilities put a weight on our shoulders that sometimes affects our mental health. Anxiety disorder is a prevalent issue that affects millions of us. At some point or another, everyone experiences anxiety. But in some cases, like what was worded by Personal Story on the National Alliance of Mental illness, in some cases, anxiety lingers. It stays in our everyday life, and it is an excessive, unrelenting, emotionally unpredictable, and mentally crippling disorder. As college students, parents, or just as people trying to get by in life, it's not hard to relate to or to know somebody that has this disorder. I was diagnosed with this disorder in high school. Because of this, I've done some pretty extensive research on it. Today, I want to share with you what I've learned. I want to share with you how common it is and tell you some tips that have helped me in moments of panic. Let's start with how common anxiety is. Anxiety disorder is more common than people think, and yet there is still a stigma surrounding it. Even now, telling you about it is not easy. It somehow brings on feelings of being less than people that don't have it. And yet, telling you about it is important because knowing that other people have it comforts you, or comforts me. According to the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, in the United States alone, the statistics of people going through this, just Americans dealing with this disorder, is in the millions. Out of these, 36.9% of those suffering receive treatment. Anxiety disorders are very real. They are a serious medical condition, as real as physical disorders such as diabetes or heart issues. Anxiety disorders are the most common and pervasive mental disorders in the United States. Now that we've talked about how common it is, let's talk about some of the symptoms associated with it. Anxiety comes in many forms. There's panic disorders, there's social anxiety disorder, and just generalized anxiety disorders. Phobias are also common with it. All of these forms of anxieties have symptoms, such as those mentioned by the DoSomething.org global nonprofit organization. It's an organization that helps motivate young people to improve themselves. They listed some of these symptoms, and some of them were restlessness, irritability, difficulty concentrating, fatigue, nausea, dizziness, worsening fears that last an extended period of time. Some of these induce hyperventilation. There's also worry about everyday social situations. There's excessive, unrealistic worry and tension with little or no reason for them. The symptoms of anxiety are many, but in those moments of angst or panic, there are things that can help. Personally, I fall under panic disorder and generalized anxiety disorder. And I can share a couple of tips that have helped me in moments when I felt anxiety take over. Some of these tips I got from Natasha Tracy. She is a writer that specializes in mental health. She wrote an article on ahealthyplace.com that included some of the following tips. There was eating right and exercising. There's relaxation exercises such as breathing, just breathing techniques. Making time for yourself is very important. When you feel like you are overwhelmed, it's a good idea to step back, take a break from whatever is overwhelming you. Avoiding taking on more than we can handle is also very important, and changing our overall attitude is also very dramatically can help you. It also mentions using a support group, such as friends or family or a church group. Just someone to talk to and vent to helps. Seeking professional help is also an alternative when you've tried these tips and you still feel like you are not getting by. You can try talking to somebody or seeking counseling, using therapy, or taking medication if you feel like it'll help. To close, given the opportunity to inform others of the subject, I chose anxiety because so many of us deal with it and yet it is not very much talked about. I hope that it informs others that anxiety is very real And to those of you that are around us, to be patient with us because it is a struggle. For those of you that are going through something, just know that you can talk to somebody. You can do your research and talk to your doctor if you have to. Just remember that those moments of anxiety do not last. They pass. And try to stay as positive as you can. Anxiety is very common. Today I informed you of some of the symptoms of anxiety, and I hope that some of the tips are useful to anybody that might need them. Mental health is very important. We all have good days and we all have bad days, but it is always good to know that it is not uncommon and that there are things that we can do to help. There is support out there. We just have to find it.